this is Sarah's Creative Corner, and I am here with you on episode 17. I took a little break last week. I didn't really have a lot of knitting done, so that's kind of why I wasn't here last week, but I am back with some more things this week. This is just a video series of all the things creative that I do, knitting, spinning, maybe some sewing if I get to it this summer or at all. But other than that, yeah, I have some finished objects, some whips, and an acquisition. And yeah, it is a pretty overcast day here in Maryland, but I think it'll be pretty okay. And yeah, that's really it. So I guess I will get into the only finished object I have for today's episode, and that is my pair of socks. These are the Summer Wild socks, and it is on Soft Rose, I believe, by Ruby and Roses, or not Soft Rose. I can't remember what it's called, but it's one of her fingering weight bases, and it is a Stellina base. So these are a pair of socks for my husband. I knit contrast heel, toe, and cuff, using Hawthorne Fingering by Knit Picks. And yeah, the main color is Summer Wild by Ruby and Roses. It is a color that a yarn that I got at Yarn Centric this year, so like literally a month ago. So I've already knit it up, and you can definitely tell that they're a little bit different. This one seems to have a little bit more pooling than this one. That's totally okay with me. But yeah, last time you saw it, I was right here. I had just finished the cuff and started the leg, and I did the rest of it. Pretty easy, pretty mindless, and happy to have these off of my needles. So these will be another pair that will go in my husband's box for the winter. So I will go ahead and take off this progress keeper. So yeah, all done with these ones and pretty happy with it. I haven't blocked them yet. I think I've woven in most, if not all, of the ends, and I'll probably just stick them in the wash so they get blocked. I don't really do anything too fancy with the blocking, but I definitely do need to wash them because I don't know how, but there's already some dirt on them. But yeah, I'll report back on the Hawthorne Fingering to see how it blooms after I wash it, because I know the past couple of episodes I've been kind of like womp womp, I don't really like it, so we shall see. So that is my only finished object for this week. I guess I'll transition into my works in progress, my whips, and one that might look familiar to the one that you just saw. I started a pair of shorty socks for myself to match with my husband. I had like 40 something grams left after this pair, so decided to make a shorty pair. And for these ones I did 64 stitches, 20 rounds of ribbing for the cuff, and then 60 rounds for the leg, and on a 1.5 2.5 millimeter needle. So for those ones, 64 stitches, and then for my version I am doing 60 stitches. So 60 stitches around. I did 15 rounds for the cuff, 25 rounds for the leg, and then I did 15 rounds for the heel, since I'm like right in between. and I've been trying it on. So far, so good. So it's basically the same exact thing. Already done with the cuff, leg, heel, and gusset decreases. So just working away on the foot. I'd say I'm probably like halfway done or so. So I should be able to finish this pretty soon, which will be nice. And then I will go ahead and get started on the second one. I started this right before we went to an Orioles game, just so I had something to knit on while I was there. And we won, so that was cool too. But yeah, that is this guy. I might be converted to short socks. Not sure. I definitely want to try out different like cuff styles, like a ruffle and like those kinds of things. So I will probably look at like some Summerly patterns and see what she does. So yeah, that is the first whip that I have got going. I've been taking it places with me just to have like something easy to knit on, whether it's like half a round or a full round or whatever it is. So yeah, that is my first whip. My second whip, I don't think you've seen in a little bit, but it is my Lento. Let me pull it out fully. So the last time you saw it, I had just finished the body. So I was right here, but I have finally picked up and started the sleeves. So this is the Lento by Jonna Helin, and I'm knitting it in Explore Knits and Fibers in their, let me pull out the yarn, in their sock, in their alpaca. I can't remember what the sock is called off the top of my head. And just their Suri alpaca in To the Stars Who Listen. So the Suri is a little bit lighter than the sock, but it's totally fine. I haven't noticed like any big difference in the actual garment itself. It's doing like a pretty nice marl. So yeah, I would say I'm probably like halfway done with the sleeve now. Actually, we can try it on. I haven't woven in all of my ends yet, but I have done a good bit. I've done at least the end for the like bottom hem. A little tangled. But yeah, I'm about halfway done with my sleeve, maybe a little bit over halfway. I should probably be able to get it done this weekend, and then hopefully not stall on the second sleeve like I did with the first one. But yeah, this is the Lento. I noticed that the gauge is a little bit different than my first one, but now that I'm wearing it, maybe not. It might just be the ribbing gauge that is different. But otherwise, pretty happy with it. It's a pretty mindless knit. And yeah, I did a couple modifications for it. So get untangled. I did a provisional cast on with a barber cord for the collar. So that's what the outside looks like. And this is what the inside looks like. So pretty happy with it. I find that the provisional cast on with the barber cords is pretty easy and also pretty stable. So yeah, it's not like too stretchy or anything like that. I did that with my first Lento too, and I haven't found that it's needed elastic or anything inside the collar. So yeah, that is this guy. I don't know how long I knit the body, but I'll measure it for next time. And then I did just a little bit more ribbing than what's called for in the pattern. I think I maybe did like 20 rounds instead of 15 or something like that. So yeah. And then for the sleeves, I am not decreasing on the sleeves, so it'll be like a slight balloon sleeve. I'll just do a rapid decrease right at the end or before I get to the cuff. And yeah, should be pretty easy, and I'll probably do the same number of rounds, maybe a little bit less for this sleeve ripping too. And I guess, because I realized when I think I talked about it last time, that right before I did my ribbing that on my body, that I was off by 1 stitch, but on the right sleeve it seems like it's okay. So maybe on the left sleeve is where I didn't like I didn't cast on the right number of stitches on the underarms, but it should be fine. I don't even know if you'll be able to notice where I did an increase. I did an increase back here somewhere. So, and I also noticed that like one of the stitches, like I did a purl instead of a knit or something like that. So yeah, I did an increase somewhere back here. I can't really tell where it is now, honestly. So that's a good thing. But yeah, so I will probably have to do the same thing for the left sleeve, and then we'll be done with this. So I'll have a nice green, tealy green sweater for the fall and winter, which will be nice. So that is my second whip that I've got going. Oh, and this is also knit on, so I'm knitting this 3rd size, and I'm using size US 10 millimeter, which is a size US 10, which is a 6 millimeter needle, which is what's called for in the pattern. Pretty open gauge, and yeah, I think I might need to correct into the 3rd skein for the Suri, but I still have a whole bunch of the 2nd skein left for the sock, so I think I should be good on the sock. So yeah, that is this one, and I'm pretty happy that I've been making some good progress on it. And by good progress, I mean like actually starting the sleeves. For a while I didn't really understand Sleeve Island. This one I did. I think I was just tired of knitting for a hot second. So yeah, that's okay. But on to the next whip, and that is my half and half triangles wrap. Got a little bit done on this one this week, or the past couple of weeks. Let's see if I can make sure I don't find the end. Okay. So I didn't get a lot done. I got that much done. So that's what, like an inch? But yeah, this is the half and half triangles wrap by Purl Soho. I'm knitting it in the called for yarn, which is Purl Soho's Linen Quill. And the 2 colors that I have are Pale Mushroom and Rhubarb Pink. So those are those 2 guys, and I'm doing two modifications, I think. I'm doing a slip stitch edge, which you can kind of see there, and I'm also doing a German short row instead of a wrap and turn. So that is those guys. I'm knitting the larger of the two sizes, and yeah, it's just a garter stitch shawl, which I'm pretty happy with. It actually kind of goes well with the shirt that I'm wearing. They're almost like the same exact color. And yeah, just making some progress, chugging along. And I counted, and I think I'm around 60 like stitches left that I have to turn. So I'm slowly but surely getting there. It's definitely starting to become a slog since the rows are getting incrementally longer, but I think it should be, I hope to get it done by maybe the end of June if I can get my stuff together. I know I said that I wanted to get it done by the end of May, but here we are in June. So yeah, or at least like by the end of the summer so I can use it next fall. So that is all the things I've been working on. I also did some work on my colorwork socks. I just don't have them with me. I can show them next time. I got past the heel, so making progress on the foot to then finally finish the first pair of colorwork socks I've ever made, which will be pretty exciting. So that is all the things that I've been working on. Don't have any spinning this time around. Haven't done any spinning. So yeah, I do have one acquisition, and that is my cookware club from Little Fiber Co. And I got it just a couple days ago, and I will change it to black and white now, and I will show you. It is a really nice red. I would call it like almost like a cherry red. Pretty consistent with what the inspiration was, I would say. There's a little bit of tonality that I can tell. But yeah, it's pretty great. It is called Cerise, I'm not sure. It's a 100% Corriedale, 30 microns and 40 ounces. So I think this was May's color, and I'm still working on January's. I'm so close. I just need to like pull out my Nano and get it done, and hopefully finish that up soon so that I can kind of get going on all the other months that I have. But yeah, those are all the things that I've been working on and that I've gotten over the past couple of weeks. I think my orders should be, or like the yarn coming in should be slowing down a lot more soon. I have come to the realization that I have a lot of yarn. I think my husband will appreciate that I just said that. And I need to like slow down on the purchasing or just like totally stop and see how much I can get through. I might destash stuff. We will see. Maybe I can trade stuff too. But trading doesn't like actually get anything out. So that is really it. Yeah, I hope to maybe have a finished sleeve, maybe have a finished sweater next week. That'd be pretty cool. And then really get into my test knit that I have for the Knit Purl Girl, because I haven't even finished the swatch, but it's due in July. And I say that, but that will come a lot faster than I think it will. So I think once I finish the sweater, I'll focus on the test knit and get that done. And it shouldn't be too bad because there's no sleeves on it. It's just like a little t-shirt. And the stitch pattern became a little bit more intuitive as I was doing the swatches. So I think once I get back into it, it should be good. And yeah, that is it. If you want to like and subscribe, you can. Thank you for joining me on this episode, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.